to Darling Stadium. Tonight, the Hampton Crabbers will be playing host to the Bethel Bruins. Hello, everyone. Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe and Brent Musgrove here at Darling Stadium on a nice, cool evening, 29th day of September 2006. Hello again, Paul. Welcome back again as we get ready to let loose with another game here at Darling Stadium, the Hampton Crabbers and the Bethel Bruins.
And we hope we can let loose here tonight, Mike. We've got a beautiful evening, and we got two of the top teams in the Peninsula District right now anyway. We've got the Hampton Crabbers in a tie for second place with a record of 2-0 in the district, 2-1 overall, and the Bethel Bruins who are 1-1 and 2-1 overall. And Mike, Bethel coming into this game as the top-ranked defense in the district after 3 games. They're going to be taking on the Hampton Crabbers, defending state champions, and we're going to have a whale of a game.
Well, I believe this is going to be a showcase for a young man from the Crabbers who was injured a couple of weeks ago and had arthroscopic surgery on his knee, and Jacoby Fenner. They say he's healthy and he is ready to go, and he was really rared up to play last weekend when the Crabbers played Warwick and kind of took care of business there 33-0. And he is really looking forward to playing tonight, and we're looking forward to seeing him because he's an exciting back, and he plays well defensive too.
He really does, Mike. He's a fine young man, and we're hoping that he can be completely free of any lingering effects from this injury that he had.
We will be having the opening kickoff shortly as the referees are down on the field and they're getting ready to do the coin toss. So our referee, Mr. Larry Turlington, will be calling the captains out on the field here shortly. And as soon as they put the graphic up there on who the referees are, we'll go ahead and give those out to you before they do the coin toss. Again, here it is. It's a cool evening Friday. There are the referees. There are Larry Turlington, who is the ref. The umpire is Will Gibbs. The linesman is Sergio Jimenez. The line judge is Tony Craig. The side judge is Tony Brown. And the field judge is Dave Willis. Those are the referees. Hopefully Mr. Turlington has his mic on and we'll be able to hear the conversation and the coin flip tonight. Let's see if it happens.
Okay, turn him around.
There, he's got it on. All right.
I like it when you can hear him.
Looks like the
Bethel won the toss. They're going to receive.
All right, so shortly we'll bring up the offensive team starting lineups for the Bethel Bruins. And shortly after that, we'll bring up the Crabber defense. As the Crabbers will be kicking off to start, they will be defending the west goal as the Bethel Bruins won the toss. And
here are your lineups, ladies and gentlemen. Number 3, Teddy Baycoat, the quarterback for the Bruins. Number 4, Tyler Blow, the tight end. Number 14, John L. Evans, the running back. Number 21, Michael Onwuka, the running back. Number 43, Marcus Copperwood, the wide receiver. Number 51, Philip Douglas, offensive line. Number 55, Clifford Buckeridge, offensive line. Number 65, Brian Hobday, the center. Number 68, Dennis Hawkins, offensive line. Number 75, Darian Harris, offensive line. Number 83, William Weaver, wide receiver. And that's the Bethel Bruins offense starting lineup. And the Bruins are lining up now to receive the punt, the kick.
And that is Bassett kicking off for the Crabbers. Bruins receive it at the 15 and hit down hard at the 23-yard line. So the Bethel Bruins will take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And here's your Hampton Crabbers defensive lineup. Number 2, Jacoby Fenner, the linebacker. Number 5, Tyrod Taylor, defensive back. Number 11, Andrew Allison, the defensive back. Number 20, Terrell Kimball, defensive back. Number 22, Tron Martinez, linebacker. Number 24, Marquise Bassett, linebacker. Number 32, Billy Evans, linebacker. Number 60, William Jefferson, defensive tackle. Number 66, Tyrell Wilson, defensive end. Number 70, Anthony Wardrett, defensive tackle. Number 74, James Lynch, defensive end. The Hampton Crabbers defense, and I'll pass it back to Mike.
All right, this is Teddy Baycoat on the handoff, quarterback for the Bethel Bruins, as he hands the ball off to, looks like number 14. That will be John Tell Evans on the carry. and he will pick up about 2 on the play, out to the 25. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 8.
And ladies and gentlemen, if we sound a little bit discombobulated here, we're having a few technical difficulties that we're working on, and we hope to get those fixed shortly. So bear with us as we pass the mic.
Baycoat back, hands off again to Evans as he is brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
William Jefferson with the tackle for the Crabbers, number 60.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 8. It feels kind of funny not having the mics on. The headsets working.
We're talking with no headsets, with one mic between us here. Trying to pass back and forth and keep you guys informed of what's going on.
So 3rd down and 8 for the Bruins on their initial drive of the game. Baycoat behind center. And looks like the center may have snapped the ball just a bit early, as we're going to have a false start, I believe, on the Bruins. And let's see what Mr. Larry Turlington has to say.
Did you see how fast Jacoby Fenner got in there on that one, Mike?
I'm telling you, that young man is going to be ready to go. And that is the cause. A little bit of a false start.
You can see Jacoby Fenner as he comes through the line there on the blitz. This young man is trying to make up for the time he missed.
Got a dead ball, right false there. Start, goal. 3rd down.
5-yard penalty, pushes the ball back to the 20. That's going to make it a 3rd down and 13 now for the Bruins.
Hey, get club team ready.
Baycoat on a draw play, and it's pretty well covered by Jacoby Fenner again. And looks like they're going to have a loss of about 2 on the play. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 15 now for the Bruins.
Hampton fired up again. That's Jacoby Fenner coming in on another blitz, nailing the runner right at the line of scrimmage. Hampton's defense is playing tough now, Mike.
Number 83 in to punt the ball for the Bruins. That's William Weaver, and that's Tyrod Taylor deep for the Crabbers to receive the punt as he lets it drop in front of him, as the Bruins will down the ball right there at about the Bruin 47-yard line, where the Crabbers will take over 1st and 10.
9:42 left here in the first quarter. You're at Darling Stadium. This is WHCS Channel 46, where you get all the sports you're going to get. And this is the Peninsula District football season, Mike, and this is our 2nd game of the year.
And this all is for the kids. I mean, you almost feel like Jerry Lewis when you make a statement like that, but we here are here to support the young men that participate in sports for the City of Hampton schools. There's Taylor on a keeper. He probably would have been better off pitching that ball back, but luckily he gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. 2nd down and 10 for the Crabbers.
Here's a replay on this. You'll see Taylor with the keeper, but he's wrapped up real quickly. I'm trying to see the number on, I believe it's number 59, Mike, for Bethel, and that's going to be Chris Archer, who met Taylor there at the line.
Matt Mitchell comes into the lineup. He'll split wide to the near side. Looks like Taylor is in the shotgun here. Crabbers have 3 wideouts, and Taylor is getting forced out of the pocket. He lets go of the ball downfield to a wide open. Looks like it's completed to number 80. Reginald Hicks on the carry. That's a big gain. All the way down to the Bethel Bruin 19-yard line, where the Crabbers will have their initial 1st down of the game. 1st and 10 for the Crabbers at the 19.
There's the replay on that, Mike. You saw the nice catch. He scrambled.
80.
We need to cut these. I can't see. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Crabbers at the 19. Back to pass again. And he does. That's incomplete to number 80. That's Reginald Hicks again, off his fingertips.
Covering on the play, Marcus Copperwood. Here you'll see the replay. Tyrod comes to the near side of the field. He's got the receiver all the way, makes the pass just out of his reach. As you see Copperwood come in there to defend on the play, and that one will fall incomplete. .8:42 here in the first quarter. No score. Hampton on the move. They've got the ball down at the 24-yard line. 2nd and 10. Bethel on defense. The Crabbers moving from left to right. That would be from west to east.
2nd down and 10 for the Crabbers at the 19. Back to pass again is Taylor, being flushed out. Almost went down. Good defense on the Bruins that play, as he ends up losing about 3 on the play, back to about the 27-yard line.
Justin Bolden made the initial hit there, and he's finally brought down by number 21, Michael Onwuka. Here's the replay on it. You see him back to pass. He's pressured. He scrambles. He gets loose there, and I'm surprised he was able to do that. He was under heavy pressure. Finally taken down by the Bethel Bruins.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 13 now for the Crabbers. Bassett and Mitchell into the lineup for the Crabbers. Mitchell is wide to the near side, and looks like the Crabbers are going to call the first time out of the game.
7:40 left here in the first quarter. No score. You're at Darling Stadium. This is WHCS Channel 46. Mike Hauser and Paul Rowe bringing you tonight's game between the Hampton Crabbers and the Bethel Bruins with one microphone.
And don't forget our young man over there that takes care of the stats for us, Mr. Brent Musgrove.
And he is very young, isn't he?
He's young, yeah.
Very, very young.
Yeah, he told me he was 63, and I said, "You're how old?" And Brent does a good job for us. Not only does he take care of the stats for us, but he also goes around to all the schools during the week and gets up all the information regarding starters, the pictures for the players, so that we can show them. All right, our game tonight is sponsored by Zooms, with locations throughout the peninsula. Subway located 1807 East Pembroke Avenue, where great subs, salads, and wraps. Along with Eric Thompson Realtor. Call Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Call 881-2004. And by Park Lawnwood Funeral Home, located at 2551 North Armstead Avenue, where you can call Nancy Staten, who is the director. Well, that pass was incomplete down into the corner of the end zone. And we'll show a replay of it real quick. Again, he was being flushed out of the pocket and lets loose with a ball down to the corner of the end zone, and almost a spectacular catch by number 80, and that is Reginald Hicks again, his favorite receiver. So we got a 4th down and 13 at the Bruin 27-yard line. The Crabbers are going to go for it here on 4th down. There goes over the middle, wide open, and that is the receiver is number 8, Matthew Schaefer, who is one of the backup quarterbacks for the team. And great play over the middle, wide open, good for the first down. Right at the 10-yard line, so it'll be a 1st and goal for the Crabbers.
And Matt Schaefer also plays baseball for the Crabbers, and he broke loose on that and was wide open over the middle. That was just an unbelievable pass, a good gutsy call by Mike Smith, knew what he was doing, and the players executed perfectly on that.
So 1st and goal from the 10. Almost goes down, and he may score because he's got a wide open corner over there. And he does. Touchdown Crabbers as Tyrod Taylor scampers to the left to the corner of the end zone. 6-0 Hampton.
Taylor made that play happen, Mike. He was obvious he was looking for a receiver downfield. He came to the near side. Here's the replay. You'll see him roll right as he gets the ball. He's looking for a receiver, can't find one, slips. Look at the wide open field there on the left, Mike, and he just dances around a few players and heads right to the corner. Knew he had it all the way. Hampton on the board.
Matthew Mitchell in to kick the extra point. It's down and up, and it looks good from here, and it is. So the Hampton Crabbers strike first here in the game as they take a 7-0 lead after they went about 47 yards, I believe is where they got the start that one. 47-yard drive. 7-0 Hampton.
7 minutes left in the first quarter. We're at Darling Stadium. This is WHCS Channel 46, where you get all the sports you're going to get. And, Mike, we've got a great crew working with us tonight. On the cameras, Nate Braxton, Susan Bowers, Ron Baton, Steve Fryer. The graphics animation tonight is Renee Camden. She's filling in for Andy Foley. Slow motion instant replay, Mike Nowinski. Camera control operator, Sarah Miles. Audio and chief engineer, the man himself, Don Scheraus. Director, producer, the real man, Scotty Bowers. And, of course, Paul Rowe, Mike Hauser, along with Brent Musburg.
That's Musgrove.
Oh, I like Musburg better.
He gets paid a whole lot more money. Bassett the kick for the Crabbers. Deep taken out about the 8-yard line by the Bruins. Nice little run back. I believe that was Evans that returned the kick, and he is down at their own 29-yard line, where the Bethel Bruins will take their second possession here of the first quarter, trailing by a score of 7-0.
Quentin Walker and Uriah Alston in on the stop of that play for the Hampton Crabbers. Got a nice-looking sky out there tonight. Kind of a strange-looking blue, but makes for a good football night. Kind of a cool evening.
Have a draw play up the middle. Good yardage here all the way near midfield as the ball is taken by number 11, and that is Trenton Blow on the run.
More than enough yardage for a first down for Bethel.
Here's a replay on that. He'll take it right up the middle, get some good running yardage. Finally brought down by number 10 and number 21 for the Crabbers. That was Dubanair Foster. I hope I've got your name right. And Quival Roberts.
So the Bruins get the first down of the game on a nice run there. 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. The handoff to the right side, kind of forcing his way out. Looks like he gains pretty close to about 4 yards on the play. That ball was handed off to number 14. That was Jontel Evans again on a 5-yard run.
And that was a strong run by Evans, Mike. He got hit. There's assistant coach Alvis Mann on your screen. There's Mike Smith along with Danny Mitchell. Evans powered into the line. Looked like he got stopped there for a moment, but he just kept moving the legs, and I was impressed by that. He picked up a few extra yards. So Bethel moving the ball here. They get it across midfield and into Crabber territory. 2nd and 5.
Teddy Baycoat again, the quarterback. Again, hands off. And nice big hole for number 14, Evans, as he gets the ball all the way down inside of Crabber territory, down near the 33-yard line, where the Bruins again pick up another first down.
Here's a replay. Watch him on this, folks. He gets loose right here and just picks off another 5 or 6 quick yards, dances to his right. He's finally brought down by Billy Evans, number 32, along with Paul Shaw, number 15. But Bethel again moving the ball on the Crabber defense.
There's another pitch out to Evans. Not much there, as he looks like he's going to lose about 2 on the play back to the 34-yard line. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12 for the Bruins.
Marquis Bassett on the stop for the Crabbers. As you see the scoreboard, Hampton, the home team, 7. Bethel, 0 as the visitors. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. WHCS Channel 46 bringing you the game between the Hampton Crabbers and the Bethel Bruins on a beautiful September evening. And Mike, looks like we've got a special section down here right below us for the Hampton Crabbers.
We were concerned that it was going to be the band sitting there. Then we would have had to close the windows. There's a pass out almost picked off by the Crabbers, number 22.
Tron Martinez. Martinez made a nice dive for that to break it up. I'll tell you, if he'd have gotten that one, it'd have been him and the end zone, and that was it.
And that was one of the plays that we sat here and watched the Bruins practice a lot of during their pregame warm-ups. Their little out hitches, and I don't know whether or not the Crabbers know that seems to be their favorite play, but defensively they had that one pretty well covered. Baycote again under center, along with Evans. This time Baycote's back to throw, and he is going to get dropped in the backfield for a big loss back near the 40-yard line.
Looked like number 70, and I'm trying to get the other number, 66, for the Hampton Crabbers. That's going to be, if I can get the name here, Tyrell Wilson, and here's the replay on that, and you can see him wrap him right up. Number 70 was Anthony Wardrett, along with number 66, Tyrell Wilson.
Yeah, 66 busted through the line, and he was the first one to hit him. Loss of about 6 on the play, back to the 39-yard line. 4th down and a long ways here.
He's going for it.
3 wide outs to the near side as it's a draw play, and that didn't get anybody fooled as they were tackled for a yard loss on the play.
And Mike, I'm not a big fan of draw play on 4th down, let alone 3rd down, but I guess sometimes it's a surprise and it'll work. Here's the replay, and it's kind of a little bit of a miss handoff there, and that play was going nowhere fast.
That was the draw play was to Trenton Blow, and number 66 for the Crabbers is the one that was in the tackle again, as he seems to be all over the place, Mr. Wilson. So the Crabbers take over their second possession, already up 7-0. 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. They have 4 wideouts, 2 to the near side and 2 to the far side. And that is Jacoby Fenner, who has yet to touch the ball in the backfield. Gets a nice block. Taylor gets away from the tackle and is swarmed down after about a 4-yard gain.
Tyrod, a dual threat quarterback back there, obviously can throw the ball real well, but he also can run. To some people, it's reminiscent of a young man that played here many years ago.
And if I'm not mistaken, you're probably referring to the old number 1, Mr. Ronald Curry. 2nd down and 6 for the Crabbers. Ball sitting at the Hampton 44-yard line. That's Mitchell bringing in the play.
Here is the Crabber offense. Number 1, Matt Mitchell, the wide receiver. Number 5, Tyrod Taylor, the quarterback. Number 8, Matt Schaefer, the wide receiver. Number 22, Tron Martinez, the running back. Number 42, Doug Graves, running back. Number 55, Kyle Six, the center. Number 61, Ivory Wilkins, the guard. Number 62, Chris Ragsdale, guard. Number 66, Tyrell Wilson, tackle. Number 72, Kazal Newsom, tackle. Number 80, Reginald Hicks, wide receiver. The Hampton Crabbers offense.
Well, the Crabbers have a delay of game penalty against them. That pushes them 5 yards back. That's going to make it 2nd down and 11 now for the Crabbers. Ball resting just outside their own 39-yard line. 2nd down and 11. And here shortly after this play, we'll try to bring up the defensive players for the Bethel Bruins. Screen play to Jacoby Fenner. Nice play near the 1st down. It depends on where they mark it. That's going to be good for more than 10 yards, but I believe he's about a half a yard shy of the 1st down.
I think he is too, Mike. They're going to spot it about a foot or 2 short. Here's a replay, just a nice little screen pass. Jacoby gets it, makes the run up, and I believe he might be even, well, they're going to put it just about a foot short.
That's pretty close to where he went down. Now Smith calls timeout.
All right, here's the Bethel Bruin defense. Number 4, Tyler Blow, linebacker. Number 10, Justin Bolden, linebacker. Number 20, Lonell Parker, defensive back. Number 21, Michael Onwuka, linebacker. Number 24, Tim Cherry, defensive back. Number 32, Quante Wallace, linebacker. Number 43, Marcus Copperwood, defensive back. Number 49, Corey Dickerson, defensive line. Number 54, Corey Boyd, linebacker. Number 69, Jared Corbett, defensive line. Number 78, Ephraim Studwell, defensive line. The Bethel Bruins starting defense.
All right, the Crabbers call their second timeout of the first quarter. Mike Smith on a 3rd down and a foot wants to make sure that his call here is correct. We have a new situation that we're going to bring up during the delay in time between the first period and second period. We've got a new segment here at WHCS, a player segment where we're going to spotlight a player from each team. So in between the first period and the second period, we will have those for you. Looks like keeper that time by Taylor is going to pick up a good yard there, and that'll be a first down.
1st and 10 for the Crabbers here at Darling Stadium. Just at 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Hampton 7, Bethel 0. You're watching Friday Night Football on WHCS Channel 46.
And
I think we're back.
And boy, did it get loud.
Whoa. Hello, hello, hello.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me there?
I can hear you.
How are you, my friend? Now
I can't hear you now. I guess we got to go back to. No, that one's dead now. 1st and 10 for the Crabbers at the Bruin 49-yard line. Again, up the middle is Taylor. He almost breaks it free. Picks up about 14 down near the Bruin 35. Handful of short of going all the way, I'll tell you, because that's how close that was.
Here's a replay on that. Watch number 10, Dustin Bolden, grab him from behind to drag him down. He gets some help from some other players. But a nice run there by the Crabbers. And I've got another soundbite here.
Looks like Taylor has injured his hand and is off the field now. And I guess that means that Matthew Mitchell will go in and be quarterback for the time being. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It doesn't seem to be serious, but it looks like he may have.
Yeah, you saw number 5, Tyrod Taylor, shaking his hand there. And it looks like we're back on our mics again, ladies and gentlemen.
That's good.
That's good news.
So the Crabbers now being quarterbacked by Matthew Mitchell.
Of course, Matthew Mitchell, the son of Coach Mitchell.
Back to pass, and he takes off running. Oh, if he had kept going, he had a first down anyhow. But it looks like he's going to be stopped about a foot short. Let's see where they mark it. He had a first down guaranteed if he had just kept running.
Yeah, he did. He was caught there. Looked like Bethel number 12. I don't see a number 12 there. Could have been number 10, Justin Bolden again.
But what is it, 2nd down now and 10 as he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And Taylor is back in. Jacoby Fenner coming off the field. Schaefer and Mitchell wide to the near side. There's 2 of them wide to the far side. Number 80 is one of them. That's Hicks. Back to throw.
Ooh.
Picked off by the Bruins, number 21.
And Mike, he could go all the way on this one.
Oh, did you see that push to the face? And there is no penalty flag. And I tell you what, somebody's real lucky there because somebody just punched one of the Bethel Bruin players, punched Tyrod Taylor in the face right at the 25-yard line.
Here comes the replay on that. You'll see the pass from Taylor intercepted by number 21, Michael Onwuka. See if we can get the camera here. There's kind of a nice push block there. Now watch that right in the head. You see the hand come out and smack the helmet across there. And then Tyrod Taylor forces him out of bounds. And, folks, there were no flags. But
the Bruins have the ball 1st and 10 at the Crabbers' 18-yard line.
Here it is one more time, Mike. You see Onwuka.
Right in front of Matt Mitchell.
Matt Mitchell took it right from him. See a nice little push block there, but look at the hand go up.
That's by number 49.
Slap.
That wasn't too swift. 1st and 10 for the Bruins. Timeout now by the Bruins as they couldn't get things straightened out. So the Bruins will take their first timeout of the first quarter.
With 20 seconds left in the first quarter, a big break for the Bethel Bruins here as Michael Onwuka makes the interception. And, of course, Mike, I've got to say, Michael Onwuka, one of my ex-students.
Well, I don't have a problem with that.
Well, it's good. Good young man. Nice young man. Always said he wanted to play football as he was growing up. And, of course, he did play in the rec leagues and whatnot. Fine young man, studied real hard, and he is playing football for one of the top teams, if not the top team in the state of Virginia, the Hampton Crabbers. under a fine coach, Mike Mitchell.
I think the coach is Mike Smith.
Mike Smith, that's right.
And I think he plays for Bethel, not Hampton.
You're right. I'm just checking to see if you're up with me, that's all.
I don't feel so bad now, folks.
I got to keep you up on things and make sure you're listening to me so you know what I'm saying. But, Michael, you're doing a good job anyway.
Flipping a coin, you got a 50% shot of getting the
either
right
one
hand,
team or the other.
right team or the coach. All right. First and 10
just keep me straight.
First and 10. Hand off to number 14, Evans, as he bolts his way all the way down inside the 10. Looks like he's going to pick up about 8. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 2.
Stopped once again by Tyrell Wilson, number 66. Here's the replay. You see the handoff. He goes left, comes back right. He's hit by several players and finally brought down. So you can see number 66 get in there, along with a few others.
And I believe that we have come to the end of the first quarter of play. The Hampton Crabbers out in front of the Bethel Bruins by a score of 7-0, with the Bruins driving currently just inside the Crabbers' 10-yard line. And we talked a little bit about this new feature that we're going to have this year. It's called our player profile segment.
I like that, player profile.
And since we are at the end of the first quarter, we're going to bring up one of those players as soon as our graphic can be brought up, and we talk a little bit about this young man.
And this is something that we came up with here at WHCS just to kind of highlight some of the players that don't normally get a whole lot of recognition.
And this week for the Hampton Crabbers, our player profile is Andy Allison, a 15-year-old sophomore. Young man really likes playing football. He is on the starting defense tonight. He's wide receiver. He's also the long snapper for punts and also for extra points. He's planning on going to college after school, but obviously he's only a 10th grader. He has 2 more years to grow and become a better player for the Crabbers. So that is the Hampton Crabbers spotlight player for this game.
Andy Allison.
Here we go as looks like that one gets back to the Evans, who is dropped shy of the 10-yard line. Going to lose maybe about a half a yard on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. And real quickly, we'll bring up the second player profile by the Bethel Bruin player.
Brandon Ferguson, number 62, in on the stop, along with let me get the right teams here. Player profile, Derek Moore. Derek Moore plays for the Bethel Bruins. He's a senior. He is an offensive guard, defensive tackle, plays both ways. His plans after college, of course, after school are to go to college. And football is his game, Mike. This is what he plays, and that's probably
There's a handoff to Evans up the middle. He's inside the 5 down near the 1, where that's going to bring up a 1st and goal for the Bethel Bruins. That young man is a 3-year starter on the Bruins squad, so he's football is definitely his sport. That's a new segment that we're going to have each week. We'd like to thank the athletic directors at both Hampton and at Bethel for supplying us with the information on those players, and we look forward to doing this each and every week during the break between the first and the second periods. 1st and goal for the Bruins. There's the quarterback sneak, and I'm not sure if he's got in yet. That's Baycoat.
The Bruins think he got in, but we haven't heard anything from the referees yet.
Now, the side referee down here has marked it a half a yard short, so he did not make it, and that's a great shot right there telling you how far from the line he is.
About a foot.
2nd down and goal now for the Bruins, as the Crabbers' shutout streak is being threatened here after shutting out the Gloucester Dukes and the Warwick Raiders last week. Bethel is primed right now to take it in for a score. Again, a keeper, and this
I don't
time
think
he's in.
Oh, they got it. Didn't look like he got it.
Teddy Baycoat off the right tackle in for the score as the Bruins close the gap now to 7-6. Here early in the second period of play.
And, Mike, as you said, the Crabbers have shut out their last 2 opponents. Here's a replay on that. It's just a straight keeper. Goes right over the left side and dives in. A lot of pressure there from the Crabbers. I thought for a moment he wasn't going to get in, but obviously he did. And the Bruins on the board. And as I was saying, Hampton, with the shutouts in the last 2 games, are the second-rated defense in the Peninsula District, their opponents are averaging 10.3 points per game.
Well, this is 99 in there for the extra point attempt, and I do not have him on the roster, so I can't tell you who he is, folks, but we will try.
I can. I've got that information right over here.
All right.
Number 99 is Stephen or Stefan Pease, P-E-A-S-E. Unless they left an L out of there, then it would be please, but I don't think it is. I think it's Stefan or Stephen Pease, number 99.
And the extra point is good, so we're all knotted up here at Darlin Stadium. Hampton 7 and Bethel 7.
10:07 left in the half. This is WHCS Channel 46, bringing you Peninsula District football. Hampton and Bethel, our second game of the year, and this is going to be a good one.
Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe and Brent Musgrove.
Or Brent Musburger. I like that name.
We can't afford to play Musburger.
He does the great interviews down on the field before the game, just like Musburger does. He's as good looking as Musburger is. He's not quite as talkative as Musburger is.
Oh yeah. And he don't make anywhere near as much money as Musgrove.
No.
All right, here we go.
I think Musburger makes a little bit more money.
Looks like we've got Mr. Pease getting ready to kick off for the Bruins. Back deep, Jacoby Fenner to the near side.
Number 99, Mr. Pease kicking off.
That was coming right down the middle of the field, taken at the 14-yard line, right up the
He's
middle.
loose. He's
that
loose.
That is number 22, and he may go all the way. That's Tron Martinez all the way in from the 14-yard line. That's 86 yards, folks, for a touchdown. So they get that 6 points back in a hurry.
Wow. What a run.
Right up the gut.
Watch this replay, folks.
Right up the middle.
Here's the kick. You'll see Martinez take the ball on about the 14-yard line. Gets two great blocks right up there. Splits the middle. The burst of speed. This young man from Bethel is trying to get him, but there's no way. No way he's going to catch him. Martinez is gone. He smells pay dirt and makes it.
86 yards later, now the score is 13-7. Mitchell in for the extra point. Snaps high.
Oh, high snap.
Kick. He did get it off.
Whoa.
It is good, and somebody absolutely got hammered there. It looks like the holder for the Crabbers, number 7. That's Sean Fields. Man, I can't believe they didn't throw a flag on that one because that's roughing there. He got the kickoff, and it's good. Hampton 14, the Bethel Bruins 7.
So with just a few seconds gone after Bethel gets on the board, Hampton gets those points right back on a fabulous run by Martinez. And Mike, the run notwithstanding, I've been impressed by Mr. Mitchell here. His kicks are excellent kicks. They're splitting the uprights, and he has plenty of distance on that. And I've been watching Matt ever since he was a little young man running around on the field as the ball boy, I guess, and taking the balls out for the team as they practice and then shagging the balls that are kicked after the touchdowns for the extra point. Matt is an athlete. He plays baseball. He also plays football, and he is showing me a lot out there. Hampton needed a kicker, and they said, hey, can you do it? He says, I'll give it a shot, and he did it, and he's doing very well. Matt Mitchell, a fine young man, the son of Coach Danny Mitchell. Picked up on the 12-yard line. You got him?
All the way out to the 30.
Got a little bit of pushing and shoving there. Number 74 for the Crabbers, James Lynch in on the stop.
I was writing down
that
information.
There.
I appreciate that. So the Bethel Bruins.
Here comes the replay on that kickoff. You'll see that he picks it up. Comes right in and gets...
That looks like number 14, Evans, on the carry.
That's who it was.
All right, so...
Let's see how Bethel's affected by this. I tell you, it's got
first and 10 at their own 30, and I tell you what, what a change.
Yeah, you get on the board against the Crabbers here and tie it up, and
then next thing you know, the entire side of the stadium is up on their feet, raising all kind of heck right through the middle. 86 yards later on the kickoff.
You probably think, what in the world do I have to do to stay in this game?
There's Evans again off the right side. Nice gain outside near the out of bounds again. Looks like he's close to the 39-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. That looks like a gain of, looks like maybe 8 or 9 yards, depending upon where they mark it. Give them 8
Here
yards.
Comes Evans around the side on the
And
replay. Watch
him
his
get
hit right here. Boom. It looks like he hit the tackler.
And the tackler was number 10.
Justin, no, excuse me, that was
Foster.
Debonair. Is that how you pronounce it?
Okay.
Debonair? Yeah, let me do it. Okay, thanks.
Great job.
Deubinair.
Baycoat again,
Debonair.
hands off to Evans. Oh, what a great tackle. Nice stop, about a half a yard short of the line of scrimmage. Looks like, I believe that was Fenner on that play.
Fenner along with Mr. 66.
And that now Mr. 66 is Mr. Wilson, and he has been in just about everything tonight.
Watch
Timeout by the referees here.
Fenner just took his. Are we sure that Fenner was hurt last week?
He was in street clothes. I mean, he didn't play. So he's short of the first down. He loses maybe about a half a yard. 3rd down and 2 now. This is a key play in this drive already. Bruins trail the Crabbers 14-7 after that electrifying 86-yard kickoff return. Right after the Bethel Bruins kind of took the smoke out of the Crabbers by scoring on them.
The Crabbers took it right back to them.
So this is going to be a wide open affair, it seems like, anyhow, so far in this game. 14-7 Crabbers, 3rd down and 2. Again, Evans up the middle, nothing. The Crabbers defensive line stuffed that. That's going to be a loss of 3.
Chris Ragsdale got in there very quickly, Mike, and wrapped up the legs.
It looked like they just absolutely pushed them
Look
off
at the
line.
swarm. Look at that. You can see the entire Bethel line going backwards, and you see number 62 reach right through there and grab him around the legs. That number 62 again is Chris Ragsdale.
And it looked like Matt Schaefer had a big part in that too.
Wow.
He hit that line and just pushed them back. So looks like the Bruins back now to punt the ball. Back deep at his own 37 standing there is Tyrod Taylor.
That's what you call controlling the line.
That's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Crabbers for jumping a little bit early in the neutral zone.
Is that our first penalty?
I believe it is.
First penalty of the game.
Uh-oh, they're calling procedure on Bethel. Somebody moved, obviously, on the offensive side.
You got a dead ball, false start, goal. 4th down.
That might be the reason why the player in red jumped, you know. Of course, he's the only one we saw move. Of course, we have a suspect when it comes to seeing at this point anyhow.
We're about 100 yards from the play.
Timeout is called by the Bethel Bruins. That's their 2nd timeout. Each team now left with 1, I believe.
And
let's see. Do we see a Bruin player move?
See anybody move here? Look at the gold and green.
Yeah.
No.
Our monitor's flickering a lot.
That was super slow. He said,
our monitor was flickering a bit, so we couldn't tell. Let's see. Well, yep, I did see him move.
Saw him move. You can see the Crabber move on the right-hand side, and then you see the Bruin flinch on the left-hand side. And he's about the 3rd player in.
See him standing up a little bit.
Yep.
He moved up. So 4th down and 10 now for the Bruins. Again, Taylor back deep to receive at his own 44-yard line. And I believe that is Stephen Pease back to punt for the Bruins.
And that is Mr. Pease, number 99. Old 99. Well, I guess he's not that old.
It's over his head. He falls down on the ball and is down at the, what's that, the 11-yard line or 12-yard line?
Just about the 11. We'll see where they're going to mark it at the 12, and another bad break for the Bruins.
So
if you consider that run back a bad break.
Well, I'd consider that a bad break for anybody to run a kickoff back, unless you're the one doing the run.
Yeah, it'd be fun if it
1st and 10 for the Crabbers at the Bruin 12-yard line after the botched snap. Already out in front by a score of 14-7.
Bethel digging themselves a big hole right here, and now Hampton has got to take advantage of this.
Mitchell to the near side.
Point here.
Schaefer slot. And there is Taylor up the middle to the 10 on a keeper. 2nd down and 8 as the ball is set down inside the 10.
There you see our scoreboard, 8:08 left in the game, 14-7. Hampton, we're at Darling Stadium, September 29th. It is a Friday night. WHCS Channel 46.
And who's here?
Everybody's here.
We got the whole town of Hampton
We got
here.
everybody here.
This is a great venue here tonight, folks. We got two Hampton schools, the Hampton Crabbers and the Bethel Bruins. The Hampton side is pretty full.
It really is.
Pretty good sized crowd here tonight for the Crabbers, and
we got to find out what this crowd is down here.
There's a lot of fans for Bethel over there. It's really unusual, especially when we have an out of district like a team come in. You know, the other side usually is fairly empty, and our side pretty much stays full. Looks like somebody on the Crabbers moved a bit early. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. And we'll let Mr. Turlington actually tell you exactly what it was because he's going to cut his mic on.
Dead ball,
And here's the
false
replay.
start, red. Still first down.
There it was right there.
Second down.
Yep, the end
You
right
see
there.
you can see the
We won't call a number,
but there he is.
but there he is. He definitely moved. 5-yard penalty. It'll be second down and 11 as the ball sits just inside of the Bruin 14.
He was getting up when he should have been getting down.
Yep, that's right.
Get
Mitchell,
on up and get
Schaefer to the
away,
near
get
side. And that is Hicks to the far side. And this is Fenner going into motion,
And they run the Ronald
Keeper.
Curry play.
a keeper by Taylor, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. Not much out there. That's going to bring up third down and long as the ball will be near the 10-yard line.
Here's the replay. Ronald Curry made this one famous. He go back, just to do that
Take
keeper
one
right
little
up the
step.
middle.
Yeah, take one step back and then just take off.
Man. Hampton has always been able to get yardage out of that play because they've always had good quarterbacks.
They've always had somebody that handled the ball well, throwing and can run. Schaefer comes out of the game.
And
He's
Tyrod
had
Taylor,
one.
one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Virginia.
Well, Tyrod is a multi-purpose. He runs, throws. He does pretty much all of it. And looks like we might have the first. Well, he kept it anyhow.
Oh, look at him
And
get outside.
And he's down near.
He's
What a great reach.
reaching for that first down.
And
Let's
he's
see if
close.
he got it.
He may be about a yard short, and I guarantee you he's going to go for it. It'll be a fourth down, but he looks like he's going to be about a yard shy. And did you see him reach out to try to get that first down?
Yeah, he had an idea. Good players know about where they
I
need to go.
believe he would have had it if he had cut in.
And watch him right here.
Reaches
that ball
out. That
out.
was a great play.
Players have a sense, especially a quarterback and running back. They have a sense of where they need to go for that first down, and he knew he wasn't quite there yet.
Fourth down and 1. I guarantee you.
We're going to see another keeper.
We're going to see him try to draw him offside. Nope, he took it on his own.
He might not get it.
not have got it. I don't think he did. I think the Bruins actually stopped him short.
Number 69 for the Bruins, Jared Corbett reaches in there and grabs the bottom of the legs. He got some help up top.
We had great penetration by the front line of the Bruins, and he stopped Taylor short of the first
Let's see
down.
where they're going to mark it. Here's the replay. You can see the Crabbers get in. You can see number 69 dive through the bottom there. And we're going to have a measurement, and it's going.
No, they're not even going to measure. They've already changed it over. They've already changed it over to a 1st and 10 for the Bruins at their own 3-yard line.
I thought it was going to be a little closer than that.
So the Bruins stopped the Crabbers on 4th down.
Hello there. How
I
are
actually
you?
thought that Smith would have called the old pull them off the side trick on that one.
Well, I guess when you got somebody like Tyrod Taylor, though, you know you're going to get a few yards no matter what happens.
So the Crabbers are stopped deep into Bruin territory. 1st and 10 now for Bethel at their own 3-yard line. Baycoat again, the quarterback, number 3. Evans is the tailback. And again, it is handed off to Evans. Outside the 5. Looks like he's going to pick up about 5 on the play. I don't know how many yards he's gotten tonight, but he's well on his way. We'll have to see if Mr. Musgrove can give us how many yards Mr. Evans has on the night so far.
Well, Mr. Evans is 3rd in the district in rushing. Here's a replay on that. You see him come to the near side of the field. He gets a little block, picks up a couple of yards.
67 yards on 13 carries so far here in the first half. So Mr. Evans is on his way to a 100-yard game.
He had 492 yards coming into tonight's game, 164 yards per game average.
2nd down and 5. Handoff to the fullback up the middle. And he's going to pick up close to a first down as he scooted through the defensive line of the Crabbers. And as soon as I can get his number, I'll tell you.
Anthony
Looks like that's
Ward-Drepp made the stop, number
That's
70.
Trenton Blow, number 11, is the fullback. He's the one that took the ball.
Here's your replay, Mike.
Nice play as the Bruins. We're waiting on them to tell us whether it's a first down, and now they finally do. 1st and 10 for the Bruins, just outside of their own 13-yard line.
We've got about 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first half. Bethel's going to need to move it down into Crabber territory where they can open up a little bit.
Evans on a handoff off the left tackle is going to pick up about 4. Depends on where they mark it. Second down now. Give them almost 5 on the carry. That'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Bruins. Nice shot.
Look at that camera shot. Number 55 for the Bruins in on that play, Clifford Buckeridge. Senior. Buckeridge, 255 pounds. Not Buckarow, Buckeridge. I wonder if that's close to Buckarow. Ooh, somebody's moving head to head there.
Well, the quarterback took a step back, and the nose guard for the Crabbers went across the line. Now, the question is was he drawn? And it doesn't look like it. They're going to give the Crabbers a penalty here.
Offside Crabbers.
So the Crabbers get the encroachment call, and we'll wait and let Mr. Larry Turlington actually tell us what the call is. Watch the quarterback take a step back.
Watch on the near side here. Right?
No, he didn't step back until after he came across. So that's a good call. Very good.
Dead ball, encroachment, red.
Like Mr. Turlington says, encroachment,
red, goal.
2nd down and a foot is what they've got it marked.
A foot or 12 inches?
Either way.
Either way.
Flip a coin.
All right, we already did that.
Again, it's a handoff to Evans. On a slight delay, he's going to pick up 5, 7 yards, 6 yards, as he will get near their own 30-yard line. That'll be good for a first down, as the Bruins seem to be having no problems running the ball against the Crabbers right now.
They're moving it well. That time Paul Shaw, number 15, along with Pierre Wynn, number 30, were in on the stop. But you're right, the Bruins are moving the ball.
And the one thing that the Crabbers are doing, and they are shuffling players in and out, they are trying to find the right combination that will stop the Bruins on the ground.
And they're stacking the line, and they're stacking it all along the middle there. Bruins do not pass that much.
There again comes Evans. This time he gets to the 30 and maybe a yard as the Crabbers bottled him up on that play.
Number 62, and again looks like number 70 on the stop for the Crabbers. Number 62, Chris Ragsdale. Number 70, Anthony Ward-Dredd. Here's the replay.
Number 70 looked like he was the player that was really in on that.
Seems like you've got 4 or 5 Crabbers wherever the ball is on that line.
2nd down and just under 9 to go as he picks up just a little bit more than a yard. A little bit shy of their own 31-yard line.
And Teddy Baycoat must going to be playing this whole first half. Usually they use 2 quarterbacks.
Again, hand off to Evans, and that young man is going to be one tired gentleman when this game is over with. Because that's getting close to 20 carries already.
Look at that. Blue moon. Look at that nice shot. Don't we have good cameramen?
And
women.
I got it before you did. Gain of a couple yards on the play. 3rd down and 7 now for the Bruins.
Evans goes outside. He gets hit 2 or 3 times right there as the Crabbers once again are trying to control that running game of the Bruins and stop them.
Well, we got 2 minutes to go.
1 minute and 56, 55, 54.
So this is a key play right here for the Crabbers and for the Bruins. 3rd down and long, and the Bruins are going to have to call timeout because they couldn't get the play in time. Here at Darlin Stadium, the Hampton Crabbers out in front of the Bethel Bruins with a little over a minute and something to go here, 14-6.
It's Friday night, September 29th. You're watching WHCS Channel 46. Mike Hauser, Paul Rowe, along with Brent Musgrove, bringing you Peninsula District football.
And we're gonna have to have a talk with Brent here at halftime because the man is sitting there. He don't even look like he's moving. Look at him. He is.
You want me to go over there? Make sure he's still got a heartbeat?
He is totally fixed with looking at what's going on the field. I mean, normally we're up here joking and having fun, but
normally there's 2 other people up here with him.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got to do this all by himself tonight.
Oh, okay.
So you got to be careful. I'm not going to say that. Yeah. Yes, Brent.
80 yards on 17 carries for Evans. Back to pass is Baycoat. He gets hit as he lets it go. Almost picked off. And
He got hit.
Baycoat gets put right back on his butt.
He got hit just as he let that one go. I hope we got a replay so I can see who it was that hit him on that one, because that pass was just like a dying quail. And guess who it is?
Is it Fenner?
It was either Fenner or Tyrod Taylor, one or the other. Couldn't tell if it was 2 or 5.
Taylor now standing at his own 40 as the Bruins, on an incomplete pass, will be punting.
So the Crabbers held them, and that was a big series right there for the Crabbers to hold the Bruins.
Better snap this time. Good punt out to the 40. Bounces off of the Bruin player.
Yeah, he found it over there.
So the ball will be marked at the Crabbers 38 or 39. Depends on which referee we're going to look at. Looks like it's going to be set around the 38. So the Crabbers will take over 1st and 10 on their own 38-yard line.
1 minute, 36 seconds left in the first half here at Darling Stadium. WHCS Channel 46. 14-7, the Hampton Crabbers, the Bethel Bruins, Peninsula District football. Nice weather, cool night, bright lights, lots of people. Mike and Brent, what more could you ask for? I've got it all right here. I'm in the catbird seat. Got a beautiful view of the game. We can see everything up here. It is a long way away, but we can see everything up here.
We're going to have the Hampton Crabbers band performing at halftime tonight.
And that looks like that might be Greg Garrett.
There's a pass
that is
wide
Mr.
open.
Greg Garrett, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
Incomplete pass out here to number 80, and that was Reginald Hicks, as he couldn't hold on to the ball. Ball hung up in the air just a little bit too long, and he was open too, by the way.
Nice pass.
In his
Goes
hands.
up for
Great
it, has
defense. Great defense there. He had his hands in between the Crabbers, and he broke up the pass. Good defense.
Very, very good defense. Very good defense.
2nd down at 10 as that stops the clock.
Low-scoring game so far, 14-7 in the first half with 1:20 to go.
Well, a key turning point in this game was Hampton getting stopped on a 4th down inside the 10-yard line.
And shortly before that, another key play, the 86-yard run.
There's Fenner.
Here's a man wide open on the side.
If he can get it, he's going to go all
Nobody's going to touch him.
That was.
Whoa.
Let me tell you something. That was a play that you could absolutely see from when it started until it stopped, because Fenner came in motion. And there's a flag on the play.
And that might be
Fenner came on motion. If we see this again, it's a shame we can't get an actual. Yeah, that's after the play. That penalty's probably going to be.
And, folks, I think Mike and I saw this at the same time. Fenner's in motion, and the first man out takes the defense inside, and Fenner cuts to the outside. There's nobody there.
When Schaefer lined up to the left, to the near side, and the ball was snapped, he did a corner route to the opposite side of the field, and it took both the safety and the defensive back with him and left him wide open.
And Fenner's got the speed, and as he cut that corner there and got loose, Mike looked at me, and I looked at him, and we knew all you had to do is get the pass
the ball to him. That's
somewhere near him.
Because there wasn't nobody within 20 yards of him. So the Crabbers are going to get an unsportsmanlike penalty call after the touchdown. He probably taunted a little bit.
Yeah.
And what a pass and catch by Taylor and Fenner.
So the big play Crabbers tonight on an 86.
Unsportsmanlike, red. Touchdown is good.
And they're going to make them have the extra point kick way out here.
But you know what? Keep your eye on Matt Mitchell kicking this ball. He's got the leg.
This will be a 35-yard extra point attempt.
2 big plays for the Hampton Crabbers tonight. The 86-yard return. And what was that pass, Mike? The yardage on that one was?
We'll have to ask our guru here.
We'll catch that in a minute here.
The kick is
Look
up,
at this.
and it is just wide to the left. Not much.
Had the distance. I'm still impressed with the distance that Matt Mitchell has on that.
If we could get Brent to tell us how far that pass was.
1 minute, 18 seconds to go in the first half. The score, Hampton 20, Bethel 7. Your Darling Stadium's Friday night, WHCS Channel 46. That pass, I guess that's one we're going to be talking about for a while. A great pass, and it was, how long was that pass now? 62 yards. Well, probably passed a little shorter than that, and then he ran the rest of it, but
it was perfect. The pass was a good 25 yards downfield.
Hello there. There's part of the crowd out here at Darling Stadium tonight.
Peace.
Nice-looking young lady, escorted by two fine gentlemen. Hampton Crabber fans there.
Good luck, Crabbers!
And they're happy right now after the Crabbers have taken the lead 20-7 over the Bethel Bruins.
There's a kickoff, and this is Evans on the carry out to the 35, down near the 36 where he's taken down by the Crabbers.
Poor Mr. Evans is going to get worn out, isn't he?
He's going to be a tired puppy when this night's over.
That young man is something.
He's carrying just about on every play, with the exception of a pass or two that the Bruins have attempted.
Here's a replay on it. He gets it about the 11-yard line.
And he sits there and waits for his blockers to take care of business downfield.
And, Mike, according to what I have here, Jontel Evans, 10th grader, sophomore.
He's going to be a good ball player by the time he gets to be a senior.
Sophomore, and he came into this, what did I tell you, 3rd in the district in rushing yardage.
1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line for the Bruins. Baycoat again hands the ball off up the middle to Evans. He's going to pick up maybe a yard or two at the most. That'll bring up a 2nd down and long.
Clock still running. Looks like the Bruins are going to be running this one. They don't seem to be in a big hurry. Here's the replay on that last one as Evans gets it again. Starts up the middle. He's hit quickly by number 34, 24.
We're down to about 40 seconds to go here before halftime.
Looks like Marquis Bassett got his hand in there to slow him down a little bit.
2nd down and 8. Bassett back to throw. Looks like this one almost is picked off by Taylor as the pass was intended for, is it 83?
Looks like number 83 for the Bruins.
And that is William Weaver. It is incomplete as Taylor was standing there waiting for it to come down.
William Weaver, 6'3". Here's the replay.
That'll stop the clock on the incomplete pass. And there was Taylor standing there, and he was wishing he caught that ball. Incomplete pass, 3rd down and 8. Baycoat back again to throw. This time complete.
Whoa!
What a hit by Taylor.
Hello.
But that's a completed pass, and it's good for a 1st down, about 12 yards out to number 83, William Weaver.
I don't know how William Weaver was able to hold on to this one. Watch this. Here's the pass. Weaver goes up, and as soon as he gets ready, it hits the ground. Boom.
That is very reminiscent.
Taylor.
That is very reminiscent to the tackle that Taylor made in the state playoff finals last year. Remember?
Yes, I do.
Jawbone hit that pretty much saved the day for the Crabbers in the title. This time Weaver held on to the ball.
And I still don't know how. He
I mean, he got a shoulder from Tyrod.
Man.
So the Bruins on an incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10, 4 wideouts, 2 to the near and 2 to the far. Baycoat on a little short pass is incomplete, and there goes
we're going to have a flag in the backfield here.
And that's either going to be holding, and I believe it is going to be holding. And unfortunately for the Bruins, it's going against them. It was an incomplete pass, but Smith is already saying take the penalty, push them back. We're down to 11 seconds in the first half.
Here's play. Well, we didn't get to see quite the hold.
Yeah, I know who the hold was called against, but we won't say because he was there complaining to the referee.
It doesn't matter. The
Got a hold, goal, still 2nd down.
Hold, gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a poetry lesson here. Hold gold. Well,
there it is right there. And he was the one that was complaining to the referee.
Spin around.
When you can grab a player and pull him around like that, you're going to have a yellow flag thrown.
Yeah, especially if
it almost matches the jerseys.
If you do it right there in front of the ref where they can see.
2nd down and long. There's a draw play to number 11 as he is bowling his way. That's Blow.
Another hard hit by the Crabbers, though, Mike. They are really
picks up
nailing
about
it here.
5 on the play, and I got that. That does it. We are at the end of the first half of play. The Hampton Crabbers out in front of the Bethel Bruins by a score of 20-7.
We're at Darling Stadium in Hampton, WHCS, Channel 46.
Stay tuned for 2nd half action here from Darling Stadium. We'll be back shortly. Paul. Welcome back to Garland Stadium, folks. 20-7, the Hampton Crabbers out in front at halftime of the Bethel Bruins. Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe.
We're at Darling Stadium,
Yep.
and it's football Friday night, Mike.
And here are halftime stats for this game.
Well, I can't wait to hear these because this has been a whale of a game.
We've had two outstanding plays in this game. An 86-yard kickoff return after the Bruins had scored to tie the score up on a kickoff. 86 yards later, 14-7.
Big plays.
Big play.
Real big play.
And after Hampton stopped Bethel on a drive towards the end of the second quarter, Crabbers took over the ball on their own territory, and 62 yards later,
boom. What happened?
Taylor to Fenner on a swing pass where the defense just absolutely was nowhere to be found. Halftime stats, rushing for the Crabbers. They only had 42 yards total on 11 carries. Passing 10 carries of those were by Taylor, by the way, all 42 yards. So needless to say, they're not doing a lot with the backs other than throwing passes.
Which is working real well.
Fenner had that one catch. He was for 62 yards and a touchdown. Crabbers had 7 first downs. They didn't fumble the ball. And Taylor was 4 of 8 for 107 yards in the air. Wilkins' 86-yard kickoff return was a thriller. It really opened up everybody's eyes right up the middle.
That was an exciting run.
For the Bruins, not a bad first half. Their leading rusher, Jontel Evans, 18 carries for 81 yards.
And we're going to interrupt you just a second
there
here.
they are.
This is Brent Musgrove's wife and granddaughter.
By the way, his
young
wife is
lady,
the one in the red hat.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
to let
yeah,
everybody know that.
She's the one in the sparkly helmet. Or sparkly
Crabbers
hat.
are getting the ball to start the opening here in the third quarter, and the kickoff is carried back to the Crabber 35-yard line, and that was number 32 on the carry, Billy Evans.
And Mike's going to give us the stats for the Bethel Bruins here the next chance we get.
1 of 6 for 14 yards passing. The lone catch was late in the second period, a 14-yarder to Mr. Weaver. 6 first downs. The Crabbers were penalized 3 times for 25 yards. The Bruins 4 times for 30. Halftime score, 20-7 Crabbers. So we start the third period of play, and right off the get-go, down the middle, overthrown to the receiver intended that time was Reginald Hicks, and
we had some arms outstretched there.
He was pretty well covered on that play. And so Taylor, on the 1st and 10, drops back to pass incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Ball sitting at the Crabbers' 34-yard line. So welcome back. It was what a great halftime show. The 1976
Let's talk about that
class
for a minute.
of Hampton are celebrating their 30th year reunion here, and what a crowd they have sitting in front of us.
When we came here this evening, Mike and I noticed they had a reserve section right up here under the windows where we are seated. We'll get this in just a
There's
second.
a pass over the middle of Schaefer, right off his fingertips, incomplete. 2nd down. That'll make a 3rd down and 10 now. Go ahead.
So we got here and we saw this reserve section.
And what was the first thing I said?
We thought, here's the replay on this.
The very
Taylor
first
with
thing,
a quick pass.
The very first thing I said was, oh, my goodness, they're going to put the band right underneath of us, and we're going to have to keep the windows closed.
Seems like year after year when we're up here, the band is right there, and you can't hear a thing. But it wasn't the band.
No, it's the class of 76.
30-year reunion for Hampton High School.
And there's a pretty good crowd here for this.
There's an excellent crowd there. I'd say there's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 rows reserved for them.
Timeout called by the Crabbers.
And here they are right here. There's a big sign. Hampton High School supports the Crabbers. Class reunion, 30-year. One of the first people I saw coming up here, and don't mean to give him any advertisement, but I've known him for many, 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 many years, and that's Greg Garrett.
And boy, did he put on a show up here when he was announcing all that. I mean, he had the entire crowd ripping and roaring.
I think that was somebody else announcing. Was that him announcing? That was Greg announcing that? Well, I tell you what, he did a great job.
That was cool.
Well, Greg, congratulations.
There's
you did
Mike
well.
Smith. If you guys, when you guys happen to see this film and you're able to reminisce a little bit about what happened at halftime, it was pretty neat.
Yeah, we'll tell you more about that because it was really amazing. You
And
look down to see these people.
some of the class of 75 state, Hampton's first state championship under Mike Smith, by the way, 1975. They had a bunch of those players here out on the field.
One very special player we'll talk about in just a minute.
What a move to get out of the way of that tackle. Puts the ball up deep. And this is for Jacoby Fenner. It's way short. Intercepted by number 1 of the Bruins, Jarvis.
Antoine Jarvis, defensive back, goes up and gets that one. That was just a Hail Mary almost there, Mike.
Well, that was a 3rd down at 10 plays, so that was better than that was better than any punt that we could have ever had, but it was still only 3rd down.
But that was brought in by the defense there.
He threw that ball a long ways.
Unfortunately, there was a Crabber within about 8 yards of it, but not where he needed to be.
But he was 8 yards past where the ball ended up.
Tyrod Taylor was pushed out of the pocket on that one. There was good pressure by the Bruin defense.
Well, that's the Bruins defense's 2nd interception of the game. That stops the Crabbers' drive, gives the Bruins 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
But the Bruins are going to have to do something with it. They're down 20-7 here as we start the second half. They're going to need to make a sustained drive. And, Mike, they're going to have to put some points on the board. Seems like every time they get
Evans
close.
had a great job in the first half. He had what was the yards Evans had?
He had 81 yards.
81 yards,
out
a
of
lot
the
of
85. He accounted for 81 of the 85 yards.
So that looks like Evans again up the middle, and he's going to pick up at least 5. That'll bring up a 2nd down. I mean, when you pick up 5 yards out of whack,
Here he goes off the right side. You see him go through there for the yardage.
It won't take him long to reach that 100 mark.
And again, folks, I want to let you know, Evans, only a sophomore.
2nd down and 5 for the Bruins at their own 17-yard line. What a great first half. What a great halftime. Looking at all those
I could just watch those plays.
Previous players. Oh, yeah, that was really neat. A screen pass, great defensive play as the screen pass was to Blow. He is cut down after a gain of maybe 2 yards. There is a flag down, and it looks like the Bruins receiver is also down.
Trenton Blow.
Watch the replay here as he gets hit pretty hard there. And guess who the defensive player is?
Taylor or Fenner?
I think it's Fenner.
Trenton Blow, a junior, 225-pound.
And I believe that's going to be against the Bruins, especially since Mr. Turlington. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Illegal procedure, goal. 2nd down.
So the Crabbers will take that and make it a 2nd down and 10 now. That'll push them back 5 yards. That is the receiver, number 11, going off the field now on his own power. That's good to see because Fenner chopped him, pretty hard.
Good hit, though.
Good to see him get up and get off the field on his own power. We'll probably see him back in here. So we'll come back at 2nd and 10 now as it goes back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Mike, what impressed me about that halftime for the 30-year reunion and for that 75-76 team, they had all these fine players out there, and you and I recognized a lot of names, but I was impressed by the fact of one man that was here, Miami Dolphins, National Football League, Hall of Fame. His name is Dwight Stevenson.
We'll talk a little bit more about that. Here's Evans again. This time he's bottled up in the backfield. He is lucky enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like he's brought down by
number 62 for the Hampton Crabbers. Of course, that's Chris Ragsdale.
Looks like number 24 was in on that one, too, and that is Marquise Bassett. Go back a little bit about that halftime. The players that they had on that 75 team were outrageous.
Here's a replay on that while we're talking about this.
Woodrow Wilson set a record at that time for the longest run for touchdowns.
Yes. And this is not the president we're talking about.
And you know something else that was really amazing? There's 3 or 4 coaches on this Hampton staff that played in
on that
game.
Team.
That's right. And they announced them. They came out and shook hands and had a good old time. And, again, they brought Mike Smith out there. And he was recognized because it was his first state championship in 1975 of 12, I believe he's got, or is it 13 that he has? Either way, it's a lot.
You asked me that question, and here's the replay of that last play. You see the handoff, and he's hit immediately.
Again, that's by number 54.
Number 64, and that was Godfrey Clinton. Somewhere, Mike, I believe I had the information.
And we have another penalty on the floor, on the ground. Is this a flag over here? It sure is. We'll have to wait and see what Mr. Turlington has to say about this one. This one looks like it's going against Hampton.
Got a face mask. Red. Still third down.
Well, it's a face mask, and it's marked off from where he was tackled. They get the down back, but it's only a 5-yarder, so it wasn't a flagrant foul. It's still third down, but now it's 9 instead of 10. They picked up unofficially a yard on the play.
Unofficially. And Mike, I thought I had the information on how many Mike Smith had, but I don't.
I believe it's 12
for that.
I believe
think it's somewhere around there,
and maybe 17 total for the entire
17
program.
Total. I think it's either 17 or 19. I have some old information here that they have
Evans
17
again.
AAA, Division 6, and Division 5 titles dating back to 1950, more than any other school in Virginia.
Yep.
But that was before the 2005 season, so I think that's up to 18 now.
It could be. All right, here we go. That was a short gain by Mr. Evans for about 3 yards. Fourth down and long 6 now as the Bruins are ready to punt. Tyrod Taylor at the 44-yard line awaiting the punt.
Ooh,
Gets it
it's
off.
partially blocked.
Taken by the up back, and I believe the up back, he's being roughed
We
out
could
of
have a
bounds.
flag there, and
That's number
Like we're
10
not
on the
going to.
Crabbers. Foster, who picked the ball up and ran it down to inside the 20. And I believe they're going to mark it around the 12 or 13 where the Crabbers will take over first and 10. Let's see, was it blocked?
It looked like it was partially blocked here, right there.
It may have been may have gone off his own player.
And you'll see, I guess
But Foster picks the ball up and watches.
if we follow this, sorry about the high note
He's
there,
out of
but if we
bounds
follow it, he's
already.
out of bounds. 1, 2, boom. I guess they're going to call that
the young man is
continuation of the
already over
play.
here on the track, and the referees let that one go.
Whoa.
Anyway, first and 10 for the Crabbers at the Bruins 17-yard line.
Great field position once again for the Crabbers.
Handoff up the middle. I believe the handoff was to number 12.
22, I believe.
22, that's Martinez. Martinez gets the ball just inside the 15, gain of about 3, almost 4 on the play.
Watch this replay. You see the quick handoff. Number 42 gets it. So it was Doug Graves.
42. Ain't it great to have replays?
Yes, it is. Thank that
Those
great crew we have.
They get us straight, and I'll tell you what, they really get us straight.
And in just a few minutes here, I'm going to let you know who that crew is for WHCS Channel 46. Whoa.
Taylor on a keeper up the middle, and their middle linebacker had that one red. I'll tell you what.
They smelled that one real quick. And real quickly, Mike, here's our crew. Tonight on the camera is Nate Braxton, Susan Bowers, Ron Baton, and Steve Fryer.
Oh, nice shirt. Third down and 5 now for the Crabbers with the ball resting at the 13-yard line.
Our graphics animation is run tonight by Renee Camden. The slow motion instant replay. Great shots we're getting from Mike Nowinski. And our camera control operator, Sarah Myers. Got a lot of movement there. We'll see what happens. Audio chief engineer, Don Schraus. And the man himself, the man of the hour, the director, the producer, Scotty Bowers.
The man.
Scotty Bowers.
The man.
And up in the booth,
The
Paul
man.
Rowe, along with Mike Hauser and Brent Musgrove, or
Got a
Brent
dead ball.
Musburger.
Encroachment goal. Third down.
That's a 5-yard penalty against Bethel. That puts the ball inside the 10, down near the 9. That's going to bring up a third down.
Here's what we look at. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're all moving. Let's all go.
Yeehaw.
We're going to get a penalty anyway, so let's just all take off there.
Third down and a yard. Here is a carry by number 2, Kobe Fenner. He's close to the first down before he is stopped
Looks like
pretty
he
hard.
lost his helmet there. Somebody left a helmet on the ground.
He is close to a first down. If it is, let's see how far they give him the mark.
Whose helmet is that? Is that Jacoby's?
Yep, that's Fenner's.
It's a helmet that goes off.
And they marked the ball shy of the 8. So it is fourth down and about a foot. Now, this is right where they were back in the second quarter.
And what happened?
They got stopped.
They got stopped cold.
So let's see what the Crabbers have in store this time. 3 wideouts, 2 to the far side.
There's Taylor right there as he gets under center.
And hands the ball off to Jacoby. Fenner, and I don't think he got it again. I believe the Bruins stopped him again.
They think they've stopped him. We're going to see. Looks like he's short there, Mike, but I know they're going to wait till they clear out. And they're going to call an official timeout here to measure. As you see,
they'll bring them over to measure. And they were about a half a yard shy of the first down last time.
Lovely young ladies right there.
I'm not even going to take a guess.
Crabber cheerleaders. Nice smile.
We'll give you ours.
Here it comes. You can see Fenner with the ball trying to get through. He's hit real quickly, it appears, by number 21 of the Bethel Bruins, and that's Michael Onwuka. Michael, one of my students years ago.
Let's see, is Mr. Turlington going to give it to him?
Look at that. Look, he's short right there. He's about an inch or two short. They're going to put a piece of paper in there. Look at that. And saying, no, I don't think it's touching. And I don't know why they're taking so long. If it's not touching, it's short. Well, they're going to give it to him. My gracious. Look at this. My goodness.
Man, the Bruin coaches up here are absolutely livid.
Mike, I don't know how you can get a better shot than what we had right there.
And there goes the flag.
Oh, man. Whoa. Good gracious. Woo. My Lord.
Well, here we go. Unsportsmanlike against Bethel because of that particular call. So they're going to have a half a distance to the goal, and the Crabbers will still have first and goal.
I don't know. I'd like to see that again. Our camera crew was right on top of that, and you could see him slide the paper in between it. I've always thought if it's not touching the pole.
I've got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, goal. It's first down.
Well, you know, it's a shame that we ended up having to have a play in that position right now in such a good game that we're having today.
Yep.
Because I tell you what, the Bruins are playing their hearts out right now.
They really were.
They had them stopped in the second quarter on a fourth and goal. They had them stopped here. What we thought was, I mean,
well,
how much better of a shot could we have had from our camera? It was right on it.
I don't know.
That was one of those flip of the coin things.
I don't know.
And it took Mr. Larry Turlington about 3 minutes to sit there and try to figure out exactly what he wanted to call.
It took them a long time. Now, here's the run leading up to it. Fenner comes over. He's hit several times.
Leans forward at least 2 yards, but let's just see where they mark it. And
we're not going to see that part of it, but you and I saw it. The ball went down. The post was up. They put the paper. It was a pad right in between the nose of the ball and the post. And I don't know whether we're going to see. We're going to see part of it here, and you can see him getting down. And right between his legs, you can see that white little area. That's a pad that he's putting in between the ball and the yard marker.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's about as close as you can get.
You know, I guess maybe some hairs of the leather were maybe touching the pole.
Either that or maybe the paper, when it went in, it kind of went in at an angle, which gave it to him. I don't know. I wasn't on the field to look at it, so I can't make that call.
And ladies and gentlemen, please understand this. Yes, we're looking at a monitor up here, and yes, we've got the best camera crew you can have, and we had a fabulous shot of that. But we're not down on the field right there, bent over the ball. And those guys are making the call.
And we'll shortly give our sponsors, too,
and
which
I know
we have
that
not
man
done
right
yet.
there is happy about it. He's real happy about it because it went his way. And the sponsors might.
Our third quarter sponsors tonight are Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zooms sponsoring us again this year. Zooms supports the student athletes in Hampton City Schools. Zooms, a great community partner. We'll carry on here. First and goal with the ball resting at about the 3-yard line for the Crabbers. There's a pitch to
quick pitch
to Jacoby Fenner, and he's in there for the score. So the Crabbers take advantage of the call and get the touchdown.
Did you see Tyrod Taylor on that?
Oh.
I hope we get a replay. Tyrod is so confident. He handed the ball to Jacoby Fenner, and watch what he does. He just heads back toward the bench. Watch him. He'll just turn around, and you don't see it here. He puts his hands up, touchdown.
Well, that was a great run. Look at him forcing his way in and through the goal.
Fenner had just gotten inside the 5 when Tyrod Taylor was coming toward the bench with his hands up, signaling touchdown. He had that much confidence.
Extra point is up and good. So the Crabbers have extended their lead now to 27-20 with 6:01?
6:04 left in the third quarter. Your Darling Stadium on Friday, September the 29th. WHCS Channel 46, Peninsula District Football. Mike Hauser, Paul Rowe, and Brent Musgrove bringing you the Hampton High School, Bethel High School football game.
And we have another sponsor that I really want to recognize that has really done WHCS good in the last 2 years.
Well, we've got a lot of them
us.
to do that. Oh, my goodness.
And that's the Subway over at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue. If you order your favorite combination on freshly baked bread, meat, or vegetarian from a 6-inch sub to a 6-footer, it doesn't make any difference. They can do it. Sure to satisfy any appetite, especially mine. And I tell you what, those people have really taken care of us here as they supply us with our dinner prior to the game with cookies and subs and
cookies.
Oh, the cookies are good. Oh, man, homemade cookies. Oh, man. There's the kickoff. The Bruins carry the ball back out to the 25-yard line, and we're talking too much about food here.
Food,
and more food.
Those subs are delicious.
And don't forget, by the way, by the time this game ends, we got to pick a player of the game from both teams. And on the Bethel side of the ball, it's.
I thought you were going to say we'll have to pick some more subs and cookies when the game was over.
Well, if we want some, we can go down to the truck if there's any left.
Yeah, Scotty is probably taking care of those along with the camera crew. And
1st and 10 for the Bruins at their own 25-yard line as we are about halfway through the third period of play. 27-7, Crabbers out in front. There's another run by our do everything number 14, Jontel Evans. He's got to be over 100 yards by now.
If he's not, he's real close. He had 85 coming into the second half, and all he had to pick up was 15.
With that 5 yards and the 5 that he had before, that gets him 95. He is at 99.
94 yards.
On about 20 carries.
Like playing charades around here.
22 carries. Well, good guess. 22. Great job by Brent Musgrove over there.
Here he is again.
And he got nothing. He may have got a yard, and he is pushed back hard.
By number 24.
Great defensive play by the Crabbers.
Marquis Bassett.
And now there is a timeout called. Why? I believe, is there a flag on the field?
There's a flag over by the referee.
Unsportsmanlike against Bethel.
Oh.
You've shown these 4 times?
Didn't see that. Our great director here, says he got the flag because he threw the ball at him, and that's exactly what he
tossed
did.
it right at him. That was number 11. I thought that was Evans running.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, that was Blow.
Goal. It's 3rd down.
So
11.
And it wasn't one of those, throw it at you, get off. They just kind of tossed it right at him.
That was also that was also from the spot of the foul. So it's now 3rd down and a whole bunch. We have to wait and see where they actually mark it now.
And there's our camera people taking a shot of a man taking a camera shot.
3rd and about 18, somewhere in that neighborhood.
3rd and 18 is what the board says.
Close enough for me.
Hope you're enjoying the game over there. Relaxed, comfortable looking. That guy's got it right, man. Got a nice jacket on over there. Enjoy the game, folks.
Back to pass. A little flare out here. Nice block by the other receiver. And down he goes after he picks up maybe a yard or 2, and that's about it.
Jacoby Fenner in there brings him down, twists him around.
Marcel Watkins on the reception. As, again, Baycoat is still in there as quarterback. We haven't seen McGlone English yet.
Not
tonight.
Yet. And normally they work with a 2-quarterback system.
Well, Baycoat's done a good job tonight. So the Bruins on a 4th and long will be punting. Again, this is Tyrod Taylor standing at the Bruin 45 waiting for the punt.
Crabbers keeping Bethel.
Snap is almost over his head. He did a good job getting to that. Almost blocked. Taylor at the 46 will be running, and he stops and goes in the other direction. Uh-oh, there it went. Great hit, and the ball is fumbled, but unfortunately for the Bruins, there was 2 Crabbers sitting there waiting on it. Number 10 ends up getting the recovery, and that's Foster. Got to check Tyrod Taylor because he got hit hard.
Watch the replay
Watch
on
the
this.
ball
It's
when
a
he
good
got
punt.
hit.
I thought he was going to get a good return on this if he kept going to the left, but he pulls up here and decides to come back. He's got some blockers out in front, but watch what happens.
Boom!
Ball is knocked right out of his hands.
A good thing that number 10, Mr. Foster, was standing there to get it.
Couple of Crabbers there to grab it.
So after the fumble, the Crabbers maintain possession. 1st and 10 now at the Bruin 39-yard line, already out in front, 27-7.
Once again, good field position for the Crabbers as they kept the Bruins bottled up in their end of the field tonight.
Taylor under center, 2 wide outs. Hand off to, boom, bang.
Boom, boom.
He didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage, and I believe that was number 23.
69
Calvin
is the one
Roberts.
that hit him. Looked like number 69 is the Bethel player that hit him there, and that would have been Jared Corbett.
We'll look at it again.
Scotty says he thinks it might be number 59.
Boom.
See if we can spot the number.
This
as
is the one. It was 69 that actually got him. 59 finished it off.
Yeah, 69 is the one that got him. 59 finished him off.
Either way, loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12 for the Crabbers. Ball resting at the Bruin 41-yard line. 2 wide outs to the far side. And this is Hicks to the near side. Hand off again to number 23.
And we've got a flag real quickly on that one. I think we might see some holding there.
He is going to pick up about 5 yards on the play, but we have a holding call against the Crabbers. That's going to bring that back. And the flag is sitting where the original line of scrimmage was. That'll be probably 10 yards from that spot. There's the replay, and there's the flag come flying.
Looked like there were a couple of people in there that could have been.
Holding, red, still 2nd down.
So 2nd down and 20 now with the ball sitting at the 49-yard line as Mr. Turlington forgot to cut his microphone off a little early.
Yeah, they've got to make sure they do that this year because they're out over the stadium as well as on us. They don't want to say anything wrong.
3 wide outs, 2 to the far side. There is a receiver for the Crabbers that moved a bit early, and I believe it might have been Schaefer. He took a step forward and stopped, and Fenner went in motion, so the Crabbers actually had 2 players moving at the same time. That's a no-no.
There's some more shots of the crowd we've got out here tonight.
Well, great crowd tonight. So you saw.
You can see him upset with himself.
Yeah, you saw that was Schaefer up here, the one that moved. Either way, 5-yard penalty.
Got a dead ball, false start, red, still 2nd down.
Thank you, Mr. Turlington. 2nd down and 25 now as the Crabbers are moving, but unfortunately
they're moving
the wrong way.
They're going backwards.
And we were almost penalty free in the first half, and we've had quite a few here in the second half as we've had a few tempers thrown. Back to passes.
There's that same
Taylor,
play. He's wide open over there.
He gets hog-tied as he lets it go. And Taylor is getting up real slow.
Mike Fenner was wide open on the far side of the field with that same pattern we saw earlier in the game.
Well, the pass was across the middle of the field. I guess I thought he had caught it.
Taylor got hit from the back. It looks like somebody reached around and got him.
Okay.
And I'm not so sure he wasn't looking for Fenner over there and couldn't get him. Because Fenner was wide open.
3rd down and 25 now is we'll have to see what happens at this point. Let's see if Fenner goes in motion, and he does. Back to pass.
They've got somebody on him this time.
Oh, there he is, open again. This time he throws the ball down the right sideline. He gets away with a push-off, and Hicks is going to get a touchdown. Whoa, we can see that up here. When we see a replay of that, you'll see him push off, and he got away with it.
No flags on the play, and that's going to put 6 more points up. Let's see if we've got this on the replays. Looking over for Fenner, and he comes back this way. Watch this, folks. The pass is out there. Can you see him? He's pushing off.
Right there. I mean, they even showed
He just pushes off the defensive back and makes the reception, and the referee is right there. Linesman's right there.
So Reginald Hicks on a long pass.
Not a thing.
54 yards for Taylor. Another touchdown for the Crabbers, and they extend the lead out. Matt Mitchell out for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good.
2:40 left in the game here. I mean, excuse me, in the third quarter here at Darling Stadium.
The Crabbers have
Watch
opened
this
it
push
up.
off. See if we can run that back. Watch, he's got his left arm out there, and he pushes off the defensive back. And you can actually see the defensive back moving. You know, his body turns back toward that way.
Well, what he did, he created a cushion.
He gave him plenty of cushion to catch that pass.
He created the space that he needed, but the pass was thrown right on the money, too.
Yes, it was.
He may not have had to do that.
And the bottom line is this.
He got the touchdown.
He got the touchdown.
So the Crabbers have opened this up big time here in the second half as they now lead by a score of 34-7.
WHCS, Channel 46, Peninsula District Football. You're getting all the sports you're going to get from Channel 46. We're going to give you football. And throughout the year, Mike, we're going to give them baseball. We're going to give them softball. We're going to give them basketball. And I believe we still give them soccer, don't we?
Oh, yeah. It's funny because during all summer long, I'm sitting here thinking, I wish football would come. You know, summer. Is it football time yet? You know, here's the kickoff and the return, and this is number 11 on the return, Blow.
We've got a flag at about the
near
38-yard line.
Looks like we might have a clip out here, and let's see what the call is. We'll have to wait, and we'll take Ron Baton's guess of a clip. Personal foul. What is that? Oh, they're going to go with a face mask against Bethel? Is that the call he did?
Bethel?
He said a personal foul, face mask against Bethel. We'll have to let him say it, but that's the indication he gave.
Well, let's see what he says.
Say as you are, Larry.
I've got a personal foul, face mask, goal. First down.
That's what I thought.
That's what he said.
And that's exactly what he said.
Personal foul. Face mask.
It was personal.
Goal.
15 yards from the spot. They didn't lose a lot. They lost 8 yards out of it.
A little bit out of it, yeah.
So the Bruins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
That was a shot of the Hampton crowd there, right up underneath the booth where we are.
I didn't see it. You're going to have to show it again.
Top of the world.
Timeout is now called by Mr. Turlington. Officials timeout. What's that, 2:30 left?
Looks like 2:33 in the third quarter.
34-7, Hampton on top of the Bruins.
We're at Darling Stadium in beautiful, wonderful, fabulous, marvelous downtown Hampton area.
Well, the Crabbers' offense has been putting up some points the last 3 weeks. 40 against Gloucester, 33 against Warwick, and they're already at 34, and we still have a full quarter to go. Another flag apparently has been called against the Bruins, and I'm not real sure why, but they moved the ball back even further. Maybe I guess they figured they marked it off wrong the first time, but it's still going to be first and 10. But this time, it's all the way back to the 15-yard line.
That looks about close right there. Pretty close to the 15 anyway.
Ball sitting right dead on the 15-yard line, so it can't be no closer.
Or any closer either.
Or any closer. And there's a pass out to the right flat, and there's Jacoby Fenner and crowd out there putting him down on maybe a yard gain as Baycoat hits, I believe, number 2.
Watch this replay here.
That's Magone English is in the game now.
Little flare pass, and here you've got Jacoby coming right up to him along with number 22. And who'd you say that number 22 was?
I said that was Tron Martinez.
Yeah.
Defensively, Martinez has really been hot tonight. So we do see some of Mr. McGlone English, as we talked about him earlier, possibly doing a little bit of quarterback when he's out as a wide receiver. There's almost a botched
busted
handoff.
play. Yeah, number 74, the Crabbers gets in there and just kind of.
I believe it was Marcel Wilkins that got the handoff from Baycoat, and
James Lynch making the tackle, number 74.
And that is 22.
22 gets it,
and he's lucky to hold on to the ball.
Yep. James Lynch.
3rd and 10 now for the Bruins, as the Hampton defense has really stiffened here in the second half.
In the second half, Mike, they've stepped it up. Bethel hasn't gotten out of their end of the field yet, and we're almost at the end of the third quarter. We've got just at a minute 5.
There's a pitch out, and
that's going to lose
nothing.
them.
That was going to lose at least 5 yards.
It appears the Bethel offense is beginning to sputter a little bit here, Mike.
So Wilkins was the carrier on that one.
And you know whose name we haven't heard in a while?
We haven't heard the guy that's got a lot of yards that all of a sudden has stopped running.
Maybe he's wearing down a little bit. There's the pitch out there, and he's not going anywhere as Jacoby Fenner gets in there.
Jontel Evans is probably just a couple of yards shy of that 100-yard mark, and he had 85 at the half.
Well, let's see what kind of return the Crabbers can get here. They're going to be in good field position. A high snap. And it's blocked.
It's blocked by the
It's
Crabbers.
in the end zone, and we're going to have another touchdown. We'll see if we can find out who it is at the bottom of the pile that comes up with the ball.
I'll tell you in just a second.
It looks like number 40.
Number 15 had the ball. Number 15 is the one who handed it to the referee.
Was it 15 that did it?
Paul Shaw.
Watch the block. 2 Crabbers right in on him, and they block it clean. Ball will take a couple of bounces
I've got
in the
illegal
end zone.
procedure against Gold. It's declined. We have a touchdown.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. I assume that it was Paul Shaw that got the reception, only because when he got up, he had the ball in his hand and handed it to the ref. There was 3 Crabbers that were around the ball, so that'll work for me.
3 Crabbers there. We think it was number 15.
Either way, the lead is now.
If it wasn't number 15, it would have been number 43. And ladies and gentlemen, how are you, sir? It's good to see you. Good to see you.
So Mr. Mitchell is out there to try to get the extra point again. He's been a busy young man with his foot. And that one is up, and it is good. So 17 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hampton has really stretched it out now, 41-7.
Darling Stadium on a Friday night, September 29th. WHCS Channel 46, and Mike right behind me.
Well, there's a man standing back there, but I'm not sure who he is. Are you going to introduce him?
This man is wonderful. Dr. Patrick Rousseau from the Hampton City School System. How are you, sir? Welcome to tonight's game. You're seeing a great offensive show by the Hampton Crabbers tonight.
Hey, I like your shirt, man.
And in this half, you're seeing some good defense. You really are. You have that. Some good plays. Well, it's good seeing you.
Good. I tell you, hey, I don't know. Is this microphone on?
Have we got this one on?
I don't know. Is the mic on? It's on. Go ahead.
It's gone.
Say a few
words about the game. You've enjoyed the game, haven't you?
It's always good to see Hampton crowd like this together, Bethel and Hampton, and having a good time.
And you always have a good time. If people don't know this, Dr. Rousseau is a big sports fan. And you see him at almost every game. It doesn't matter what the Hampton school is. He comes out to support it because that's what he does. He supports the Hampton City school system. And he's doing a super job as one of our superintendents in the last few years. What have you been here, 3 years now, 2 years? About third year. Just a fantastic job. And it's a pleasure seeing you out here supporting the Hampton schools. Thank you very much, Dr. Rousseau.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're almost at the end of the third quarter. Hampton has really taken charge now, 41-7. There's the kickoff. Matt Mitchell kicks off this time. He pooches the ball out to the left side, and it went out of bounds. Not real sure that's what he wanted to have happen, but it did. Out of bounds it goes, and Bethel will have the ball, I believe, at their own 35-yard line. First and 10, if that is usually the case in high school. It's either the 30 or the 35.
Or the 40 or the 45 or the 50.
You never know, you know. But it did go out of bounds. There's a flag thrown. It's called illegal procedure against the kicking team. The receiving team has a
illegal
choice.
Procedure against red.
Yep. So they're going to make it. They're going to mark. No, they're not. I thought they were going to mark it off and make them kick it. 35-yard line is where they mark it. Oh, Ron Bateman is going to have a good time because he gets to look at all the cheerleaders, and we're going to be able to have a good time too and listen to it as they got them all lined up. So just as soon as the quarter ends with 17 seconds to go, we'll throw it down to Ron. First and 10 for the Bruins at their own 35-yard line. Hampton 41, Bethel 7. 17 seconds to go here in the third quarter. There is a handoff, and he is taken down after a gain of about 4 yards.
That looked like Calvin Blow, number 41, for the Bruins with the handoff.
So we have come to the end of the third quarter of play. Hampton 41 and Bethel 7. We'll send it on down over there to Ron Bateman, who has the Crabber cheerleaders all lined up in a row.
Hey, I'm Taisha. I'm a senior. Let's go, Crabber. My name's Ariana. I'm a junior. My name's Bianca. I'm a sophomore. My name's Eric. I'm a senior. Let's go, Crabber. Stina. I'm a junior. Ebony, sophomore. Jasmine, 08. Sharon, junior. Keisha, junior. Tia, sophomore. Courtney, senior. Letitia, junior. Anna, junior. Mia, senior. Ashley, senior.
And that takes care of the Crabber cheerleaders.
How did Ron get that job?
Well, I tell you what, he stands down there. He stands down there and he smiles the whole time.
Oh, my gracious.
Our crew.
Oh.
What a crew we have.
Hello, young man. Are you enjoying the game?
And who do we have here? This is reminiscent of about 10 years ago when we had a little young fella named Matt Mitchell running around the field.
We're starting the fourth quarter here at Darling Stadium. You're watching WHCS Channel 46. Mike Hauser, Paul Rowe, along with Brent Musgrove, bringing you the Hampton High School, Bethel High School football game, Peninsula District football. As Mike said earlier, the score, Hampton 41, Bethel 7.
Second down for the Bruins, and about 6. Ball resting at the Bruins' 39-yard line.
And, Mike, this is about as far as Bethel has moved in this half so far.
The Hampton defense has really bottled them up since halftime. And there is a run by number 41, and that is Calvin Blow. He's going to get a couple of yards before he's brought down by a couple of Crabber defensive players.
There's some more of our young fans out there. This one looks like he's just a little bit tired.
Now the question I have is Jontel Evans hurt because he hasn't been in a game in a while.
We don't know. We don't know. But maybe we can find out whether Jontel Evans has been hurt or whether he's just not coming back in the game or whether maybe he's run out.
3rd down and 4. Hand off again to number 41.
He doesn't want to go down.
He does, and it takes the entire defense to get him down, but he only got back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 4th down now and about 3.
Calvin Blow just didn't want to go down on that one. It took the whole Crabber team to bring him down. Watch this replay. He'll hit the line. He's hit by 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to get he's still going. He's still moving. He spins. Another player hits him. They wrap his legs, and finally, Mike, they get him down after a long fight. So we got 4th down and 3. And the Bruins go into punt formation. Tyrod Taylor will go back to about the 35 to receive the punt. And we're going to have a timeout here by the Hampton Crabbers. 10:40, looks like 10:43 left in the game. Hampton 41, Bethel 7. 4th down for the Bruins. And when time is called back in, they'll be in punt formation. Once again, you're at Darling Stadium in Hampton. This is WHCS Channel 46.
Well, I went over and I chatted with the coaches over there for Bethel and asked them specifically about Mr. Evans.
Anything?
Asked him why he was not coming back in the game, and they don't know.
They don't know. Maybe he's changed numbers. Maybe Calvin Blow is 14.
Brent can tell us how many yards Mr. Evans has on the night. Evans, number 14. And well, he was at 94 at one time, and then he hasn't run since then. So we really don't know at this point why Mr. Evans is not running. 4th down and 3 as we now have the Bruins punting the ball again. Remember last time the Crabbers got in there and actually blocked it for a touchdown. And they come close again. This time he gets off a good punt. Taylor at his own 30. What a block he got right there, and out of bounds. Oh, now look at this. That is a major accident in the happening right there when somebody gets pushed over those bleachers like that. That seat. Luckily for Mr. Taylor, he was able to jump over it.
And watch this replay. You see Tyrod, he shifts the ball, gets over there, and look at that. Just like a hurdler. Good thing it's a soft track.
That is a good way for a player to get major injured.
Now, for those of you watching it on TV, though, it's going to look like that cinder there, and that's actually a rubberized material. So,
all the tracks in the district now, actually pretty much all the tracks are like this.
Yeah. Mike,
Hampton has a 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Taylor is the quarterback. in the shotgun. The Crabbers have 3 wide outs, 1 to the near side. This is a screen play over the middle. Almost a great play by the defense, number 2. And Fenner picks up about 12 yards on the play down inside of the Bruin territory to the 44, where the Crabbers will have a 1st and 10. And that was that close to going all the way.
It really was. Quante Wallace tripped Fenner up.
Watch Justin Bolton, number 10, right as he catches the ball.
Watch
that
boom.
Play right there could have been a great play, and he just couldn't quite get it. But that's all right.
One step and he'd have been gone. Mike, I'm searching the sidelines here for number 14 of the Bruins, and I have yet to find him on the sidelines.
So here we go. It is a 1st and 10 at the Bruin 44. Handoff is to number 23 of the Crabbers. There is a flag on the play.
Tackled by number 1, Antoine Jarvis.
I'm sorry, it's 22, Martinez. No, that is Roberts on the carry.
We have a hold.
Crabbers are assessed a holding penalty at the line of scrimmage. That'll be a 10-yarder. That should bring up a 1st down and 20.
Here's your replay. You see him make a nice cut there and slips out of the hands of the tackler.
I was looking for the holding call there, and I didn't see it. But he was very emphatic about the way he threw the flag at the line. So he saw it. We didn't, but he saw it. 10-yard penalty. It puts the ball back in Hampton territory at the Crabber 46. 1st down still, but now it's 20 yards to go. First part of the 4th period. 41-7, Crabbers out in front.
And there's number 14 on the sideline right over there.
So he is standing.
So he is standing with his helmet cocked back on his head. He is here. So
there is a handoff again. This time it's to number 43 of the Crabbers. That's Quentin Walker. He'll pick up about 2 yards as the Crabbers are moving different runners in and out now with this big lead here in the 4th quarter.
Quick little handoff there.
I believe with this lead, do we have a running clock yet? No, that's right. It's not a 35-yard.
Justin Bolden and number 69, Jared Corbett, in on the tackle on that play.
That is a new rule now in the VHSL this year. Once you get to a 35-point spread,
and we've got 34.
Moves. And we got 34. So we're stuck at the standard clock here. Here's a run, I think, look at him get in and out of it. Now, who does that look like to you? That looks like Tyrod Taylor and another gentleman that used to play in Hampton. That's what we used to watch all the time, and it's amazing how much similarity there are in those 2 young men.
Both Ronald Curry and Tyrod Taylor, it looks like they're going to get stopped, and then they find some way. Watch the way he danced. Watch the footwork. Look at this. I'm just going to let you watch it.
He's got great breaks. That's all I got to say.
It's amazing.
It's amazing how he can stop where he's going and change directions. 3rd down and about 16 now. Ball sitting right at midfield.
Now you know why he's one of the top recruited players in the nation.
Yeah.
Scott.
That's good, Scotty. There's a pass over the middle. Is that to number 9,
That is to number 9.
That is Brian Gurley. That's his first reception, and that's going to be out good enough for a 1st down. That's about a 17-yard gain down to the Bruin 34-yard line. It's real close.
Strong throw by Tyrod Taylor.
Nice catch there by Gurley as he's down. Actually, the ball ought to be sitting at about the 35, not the 34. So he got a real good spot there.
What did they say on ESPN in those years gone by? You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
So it looks like they're going to pull the sticks in to see and get a measurement here, and we know what's happened in measurements tonight.
If I'm not mistaken, Tyrod Taylor has verbally committed to Virginia Tech.
And boy, was there an awful lot of happy smiles and fans. And I'll tell you something personally. I am very glad that our great athletes in this area are staying in-state. And as long as the in-state programs continue to excel, they'll stay at the in-state
Yes,
schools.
they will.
Virginia's a little bit on the downside right now. They're struggling a bit, but Virginia Tech is still leading the pack in the
Well,
ACC.
Virginia had a good recruiting year last year, and they've got some good young players up there. They've just got to get through this season. But Virginia Tech currently is the top of the heap. But it's not just Virginia and Virginia Tech. You've got JMU, you've got CNU, you've got William and Mary. And here we go back to the play-by-play.
That's number 23, and I'll tell you
my
what
goodness.
What great agility that young man had, to be able to take a hit like he did and get away with it and run down for the touchdown. Calvin Roberts for about a 34-yard run.
Was that Calvin Roberts or Tron Martinez?
39 yards on the run.
It's number 20.
Watch him get stopped, make a
23.
sidestep, and keep on going.
I thought he was going to be stopped right there.
Well, I think everybody in the house thought he was going to be stopped. Well, here comes the ever-present Mr. Matt Mitchell with his foot trying to put another point on the board. And I think the clock will start running here shortly.
Hampton jumping out to a 47-7, and it could be 48.
Kick is up and through the uprights and good. Hampton 48. And the Bethel Bruins 7.
7:36 left to go in the game here at Darling Stadium. This is WHCS Channel 46. Mike Hauser, Paul Rowe, along with Brett Musgrove.
The Crabbers so far this year have struggled to move the ball in the first half, or they've been kind of very consistent. But right now, all 3 games that they've played so far, in the second half, they've been on fire. And tonight is no exception. The second half, they're blowing them away.
Yeah, you take away the 2 good plays from the first half, the 2 breakaway plays.
And it'd be a different game.
And it is a different game.
Because right now, at this point in time, Bethel's hanging their heads a little bit because
they are. But Hampton is really.
They will be.
And there's
running.
Dr. Rousseau. Thank you, Dr. Rousseau, for coming by the booth tonight. Guys, I know it's my personal opinion, but I think he's doing a fantastic job in the city of Hampton.
Here's a replay. He gets hammered right there and just scoots right off of the tackle and goes right on down and scores.
Don't know why he didn't fall.
48-7. Crabbers out in front now. We will have a running clock for the remainder of this game.
But I was getting ready to say, Mike, the Crabber offense is
go quick.
Yeah, the Crabber offense is just really in gear right now. They're doing what they want to. They're moving the defensive line of Bethel out of the way. They're running the ball. They're passing the ball.
There's
they're
that
just doing
pooch
it
kick
all.
again that goes out of bounds. And I can tell you right now that Mike Smith is hanging his head because he does not like seeing that. So the ball's out of bounds, and guess what? Bethel gets the ball in good field position again at their own 35.
And Mike, we got to start thinking about some players in the game.
Yeah, first down.
We get the call by the referee here. Hello. Hi. How are you? No, I'm sorry, you got the wrong number. We're looking for players of the game during this timeout here, and we've got a lot to choose from. There have been some good plays on offense. There have been some very good defensive plays.
Well,
I've got a couple of people in mind. We'll see.
I'm going to stick with him.
Yes.
And there's a reason for that.
That's not definite.
Now, this is the one we're going to have a problem with because there's been so many.
Well, I can think of 2 right off for that one.
So the Bruins take over first and 10 at their own 35. There is a run to about the 38. And there goes another flag. And I don't know who this one's against, but we'll soon find out because, sure enough, Larry Turlington will tell us. Here's
Watch
the replay.
Hands it to number 22, goes to the, he gets smacked right there. You can see
that
his head
is
pop on that one.
Wilkins on the carry for the Bruins. Personal foul. This time it's against Hampton, so the beneficiary of this penalty, and it is a personal foul as you almost want to give it to both.
Got a dead ball, personal foul, red. First down.
All right, let's start.
Only because he just came back. Oh, no, the other one. Yeah, that would be. What?
Let's see how.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There's a keeper by the Bruins. Oh, you're going
What is
the
he
wrong
doing
way.
here?
He just lost 5 yards running in the wrong direction.
He's young, though. That's a
Baycoat.
sophomore. No, that was McClone English, I believe.
McClone English back or in
Sophomore.
there now. Yeah, that is McClone. He's number 2. So McClone English is now at the quarterback spot for the Bruins. He was in there as a wide receiver the last time.
And here he goes.
Drops back to throw and then decides to tuck it in and run. And
here's where he makes that sophomore
He got
mistake.
all the way to the 40 and then turned around and ran back to the 44.
But he'll learn.
He ends up getting 3 yards instead of about 7. So second down and 7 now for the Bruins at the Crabber 44, and this is their deepest penetration in
the second half.
The second half of play,
which has 6 minutes left, under 6 minutes now.
You choose it and go ahead and give it to him. Oh, what a hit. Nice defensive play there by the Crabbers as McClone English is hammered for a loss of about 2.
Was that number 74 for the Crabbers that made the hit? James Lynch. He's made a couple of good hits this evening.
We are down to 5 minutes and 30 seconds or so.
Watch him wrap him right there. Boom. James Lynch just hit him, stood him up, and took him down.
3rd down and 9 now for the Bruins.
And you can see the other side of the field beginning to leave. The stands are beginning to empty. 48-7, Hampton High School over Bethel High School.
We got to figure out what we want to do here so they can get it put up there before the clock. With that clock running, that suits me. And this time the runner is actually run straight out of bounds. The defense actually didn't allow him to cut upfield. As we have made our player of the game. Here's a replay of that. Watch us. Pitches out, and great defensive pursuit by the Crabbers as he ends up getting back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 4th down and about 9.
And obviously the Bruins are going to go for it, down 48-7.
And they're actually lining up the punt.
Oh, they are.
4th down and 9 to
go for it.
Taylor back deep inside his own 20. There's the snap and the punt. Where'd the ball go?
Blocked. Went
Did
right
he
into the
block
line,
it
and
again?
it bounced off several people.
What did he do? Kick the ball straight into the line?
It looked like a low line drive kick. I think he just kicked it right into the line.
And I went looking up in the air trying to find the ball, and I said, where'd the ball go?
I don't think it was blocked. I think he kicked it right into the line.
Well, I tell you what.
And it just bounced and came right back. I'm not sure.
Our crew down there will show it to us. If we can get Scotty to show it, I guarantee you that's exactly what happened.
If our crew got this, I'll be impressed because he just kicked it right into the line.
Number 74's.
He just kicked it into the line.
So the Crabbers get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 48, 1st down. And it looks like Matt Mitchell is now quarterbacking. Out here wide to the near side is Brian Gurley. Mitchell hands the ball off and nowhere. He's going to lose about 2 yards.
Yeah, Bethel Bruins all over that play. It was so fascinating
to see who it was that actually had the ball.
Number 49 for the Bruins gets up after wrapping up the runner. That's Corey Dickerson, number 49 for the Bruins.
So that's going to be a loss of about 2. 2nd down. Well, they've moved it back up a yard, so it's 2nd and 11.
Dickerson, a senior lineman for the Bethel Bruins.
Just as soon as you can get the graphics up, we'll go ahead and give our player of the games.
Very deserving young players. Of course, it could have been several different ones, but I think these are good.
48-7 is the score. Snap back to Mitchell as he takes off running around the right corner, gets nothing, loses about 3 yards on the play. And
do you think
all
Matt
they're doing
Mitchell,
now is running. He's getting a little practice time because next year he'll be a senior. And at
Coach
this point,
Smith,
unless something changes, it looks like Mitchell will probably be the starting quarterback next year.
And that was his dad you saw there next to Mike Smith. It's Danny Mitchell, assistant coach.
Trying to get all the plays in that he can now while he's got the chance. This is pretty much a lot of reserves playing.
Do you think years and years ago when little Matt Mitchell was running out, here we go with the players of the game.
Jacoby Fenner on his first game back from his knee surgery has had a great game. Defensively, he's been all over the ball. Blitzing, getting the quarterback for losses. He's done a great job tonight. And there is a botched handoff, or actually the center snapped the ball to the feet. He actually got the ball, that was Matt Mitchell, by the way, back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 14. So we might see the Crabbers actually punt the ball for the first time tonight.
Our other player of the game you saw up there for the Bethel Bruins, Jontel Evans.
This is a young
just
man.
under 100 yards. He had, 90?
That young man had 85 yards rushing in the first half. 85 yards rushing in the first half. He ends up with only 93. He got it up as high as 94, and then after that he started, and then we haven't seen him again. There's a punt that goes out of bounds. It ends up being quite short, like about 15-yard punt.
But Jontel Evans is going to be our player of the game, even though we don't know what happened to him.
He had a great first half. I mean, he was very, very dominating in the first half.
Yes, he was.
85 yards against that Crabbers defense. But in the second half, in the third quarter by itself, and by probably, I guess, the first half of the third quarter, when the Crabbers defense started taking over and they were actually bottling them up and stopping them. But we have not seen him since.
And I hope he's not hurt. And if
We've seen him standing on the sidelines, but he's not in the game.
And there they are again, ladies and gentlemen. Jacoby Fenner of the Hampton Crabbers and Jontel Evans of the Bethel Bruins are players of the game. WHCS Channel 46, players of the game.
I hope he's doing okay, because he's going to be a runner to be reckoned with here. There's a completed pass out here to number 83 of the Bruins. That's William Weaver. And there's another flag. And this is getting a little bit ridiculous now.
This time the clock is going to stop. You'll see the pass right here, and it's kind of a little wobbly pass.
It was also deflected at the line.
Weaver gets the pass. He's hit very quickly.
Figure out what this penalty is. So far, I don't see nothing strange.
I have a dead ball, personal foul, goal.
Wonder what that was.
43 seconds.
43 seconds left, 48-7. Hampton leading Bethel.
I guess it happened after the play. Yeah, you're right, Scotty. When you have a dead ball situation and a flag is called, guess what? That is a flag that is thrown during a dead ball situation. 15 yards. That's what Mr. Turlington said. We have to say that when Mr. Turlington talks, we all listen to what Mr. Turlington has to say.
And as the fans are leaving both sides of the stands now, I'd like to remind people that this was the 30th anniversary for the class of 1976 for Hampton High. And they were out there tonight, and we talked about it earlier.
Almost a great play by both teams.
Almost caught, almost intercepted.
So we're down to 17 seconds on a running clock. We might get one more play off.
Watch, this almost ends up in the hands of Quentin Walker, number 43 of the Crabbers. Goes right off the Bruin receiver, and watch. Almost had it.
And I believe that's going to end the game. Let's see.
Little Judy Blue Eyes. How are you, sweetie?
And that is the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Final score, the Hampton Crabbers 48 and the Bethel Bruins 7. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Zoom Sitco, with locations throughout the peninsula. Subway, located at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue, where great subs, salads, and wraps. And in part by Eric Thompson Realtor. Call Eric to buy or sell your house. 881-2004, and in part by Park Lawnwood Funeral Home, where Nancy Staten is the director. Final score, the Hampton Crabbers 48 and the Bethel Bruins 7. Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe and Mr. Brent Musgrove. We'll see you at our next game. Good night.
WHCS Channel 46. Good night,
everyone.